Well, yesterday I had this all set up and to do the dados in those shelves, and like a dummy, I could have done all the other 30-inch cabinet sides at the same time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this up and we'll make it just like the other ones. Alright, there's inch and a quarter. I didn't change the depth or the width of that at all. So we're just going to go through these panels. I'm going to pick the best inside cover, which I guess that on that one is the best. Dust collector foam. Now I think I'm going to do all adjustable shelves in these two. So I've got to just do top and bottom and drill holes on the inside, which I have a jig for the drill holes, which is nothing but pegboard. And you just run your 1/4 inch bit in there. So what do I want to do with this? Oh, I know what I want to do. I know exactly what I want to do. I'm going to set the fence up to do this top. I'm going to bring this over till it just touches. Inch it over. Alright, tighten her down. Now I'm going to back this up, because I don't want it to bind. And what I'll do, of course I got these boards in there. Why does it always have to warp? This is the same thickness wood I'm using. There we go. Just, oops, I gotta raise that up higher. Alright, that's tight against the fence. Now, dang thing. Well, I can just leave it in there. That's just a spacer to get it started. What I'll do is I'll set this right over next to the fence. Hold it tight. Pull it out. That doesn't look right. Yes, it does. All right. See how it looks. tops on. As I said, those don't have to be perfect anyway, because they're just the top of the box. There's going to be overhang. If it's off by a hair, it just don't matter. So now what's the next process? Well, I talked about a drilling jig here somewhere. Oh geez. That's what I used to support my table. So I just got to put another leg under this table, and I'll get my drilling jig. So this is a shelf, adjustable shelf hole drilling jig that I built out of a piece of 1/2-inch plywood years ago. And I just used a piece of 1/4-inch pegboard to make the line of holes. So what we'll do is we're lining the bottom of it up with the dado groove here in the bottom of the shelf. What we'll do to do the other side, we'll just flip it over. So on the other side, we're going to bring it in another 1/4 inch because of the recess I'm going to put around the perimeter. And we'll drill all these holes first because it'll be a lot easier to do it now before it's put together. I don't see any reason why it won't work. We're in 1 inch from the side and the front, which the face frame is going to be even on the front. I've marked the depth on my bit with a piece of tape. And it's just this easy. Now I marked the number of holes I wanted to do. I wish I had a stop collar. If it goes through, it doesn't matter. At the end of these cabinets, are getting covered anyway. And I've clamped it down to the bench so it doesn't shift on me and it takes the warp out. This is a 1/4 inch brad point bit. And you know, you buy those little metal brackets with the pin on them that shoves into the hole. And you got the shelf in behind it, and it sort of holds it in split shape, in place. All right, well that's as far as I want to go on that side. And what we'll do is we'll check it first. Now, keeping the board with the holes tight like that too, it really helps keep your tear out down on this side, see? Oops, see, I went through a couple times, but it just don't matter. They're going to be butted together. Now, this guy I started this way, so I just need to flip him over. Make sure I mark this one and that one. Okay, so there's my new marks again. Now I said I wanted this to be in another 1/4 inch because we're going to be putting that in 1/4 inch on the other side. Did I say other? And that's that. So you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to do all. I got 4 doors doors left. What we ended up with. That'll be the bottom. This is the back because we're going to cut it in 1/4 inch. This is the front. So I got to remember that this is the front. I'll put an F on it. Again, these will be. So I got to make sure they match. Because they do have to be opposite because of the 1 1/4 inch offset. So 2 of them have to be left and one of them has to be, 2 of them have to be right. So what we'll do is we'll match these pairs up. And okay, we'll make this one front. So this will be the front going this way. And so again, we got to make sure we don't flip this board over and get it wrong too. So that first hole is 7 1/4, 7 3/4. Yeah, just a hair less. And that's the right spot there, I guess. Well, it's a little more than 7 3/4. Yeah, okay. That says top on here, but I'm going to take this off and put top on here for this project. As you can see, I've used this whole jig a few times. Where's my marks? This is the front, so we're only going 1 inch. Probably should just go 1.25 inches on both of them, and then it don't matter what way I do it, does it? I mean, even if I missed to take 1/4 off in this, the thing will still fit in there, so it don't really matter. I'm going to do them all. Then I can match them up any way I want. I really didn't want this to be in the back, but it is. Okay, well, we'll just do it that way, because that's the way I started it. Matching it up to the dado. And it doesn't have to be within 1/1000 of an inch, you know, it's just peg holes for the shelves. The vertical positioning is the important part. The depth in and out don't mean nothing. If I put that up by that screw, I can't go too far. If I put this one by this screw, I can't go past that. So there you go, there's my logic. Alright, well, we're going to drill these, and that's pretty much it. Alright, well, I'm drilling the last few holes in the last side. Alright. So there's the upper cabinet. This will be the right side, I can tell, because of the 4-inch or the 1.25 there. And this is, I named them B and A and B, left and right. So there's B left. Yep. B right. I'm always being right. So I'm gonna cut those 27.5-inch pieces for the A cabinet, which is the far left cabinet, so that I remember to do that. So the end of this is pretty ragged factory edge. I'm gonna cut it square with the sawer, and then we'll cut it to 27.5. That's all I can can do for now because I don't have enough. I don't have enough 11 and a quarter cut. So we'll set that aside for now. And we will do what we did yesterday. We'll pocket hole all these things. We'll do a quick test fit first, of course. Gotta keep everything in motion here. Alrighty. These are the tops, bottoms. This is the left. Of course, that thing's in the way. The right. Which one of these do I want to be the top? It's got a big mat in it. And that's got a patch in it, so I guess it's not any worse than either side. So that's going to be in the top. That's going to be if they're locked right there. Let me get this thing out of the way again. Yeah. Knock it over. So we can get the bottom in here. This bottom will be pretty. Actually, this will be a prettier bottom. So we'll put this guy in for the bottom. I'll put the knot near the front because it'll be harder to see with the wood hanging over in the front, right? Right. Oh yeah, that fits nice. Look at that. I hate this part, but that'll be covered. That's going to be covered. I got this little chip here I can fix if it really bothers me. I'll put a little glue on there when I set it up for the night and glue this little piece back on. Anyway, it's plywood, you know, that's what happens. And this is the $30 just sanded one side stuff from Home Depot. So I just want to do some dimensional measurements on this to make sure I got my head right for this. Alright, so that guy's together. Now I said 29 overall, but I need this to be 3/4 of an inch short. So that should be 28 and a quarter. If I can find my stupid ruler again, or tape measure. Cross your fingers. What's good that? It's 28 and a quarter. All right, I did something right. So that's our left cabinet case for the upper cabinet. All the way, this is where it's, as I said, this is going to have pine on it anyway. Gosh, this one could not have anything on it. It looks just fine if I stain that up a little bit. So all we got to do is glue and screw this. You saw me do it the other day. The face frame is going on here, so and 5 there, 5 there, middle, there, 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 there. So there's 20. I just make those marks so that it keeps my head straight about the pocket screwing. So you saw me do this yesterday. Pocket screw these guys together. And I guess you probably want to do that all over again, but this is how we're making our smallpox box. Alright. You need to get a block of wood that's just the right height. This one is sticking out a long ways, but I love this DeWalt tool too. It's a beast. No, don't on the floor. All right, you've seen pocket holes, right? I'm gonna do this to all of them, and then we'll come back and assemble. So the assembly is pretty much the same as it was yesterday. Nothing's changed. With my glue opening, it hardened up a little bit. Oh, there we go. Glue's nice and thick, but this is good thing. Doesn't run all over. Alright, so we're going to knock this part together. And that's a little high. I need my perforator. I like when they fit a little snug there though. It's got a pocket screw coming in here, so I've got to stay down away from that anyway. Nice. Okay, so I'm going to do exactly what I did yesterday, which I can use this. Pencil is in my pocket. Put that right on the center of the line. There you go. Just gonna go right down the row. She starts getting into their impact wrench mode. I can see that sinking in there really good though. And this, of course, plywood is soft. All right, that's why I have it on slow. Now, as we did yesterday, I think I should put my squaring clamps in there, although that's just about as square as it needs to be. All right, so let's stick the other end on here. Do a little pirouette with the camera. Yeah. I'm trying to avoid having squeeze out into the cabinet area. You don't want to get glue on any of your stainable surfaces or else you won't have any stain sticking. Guess what? Perfect. The finger detector. Just wanting to avoid getting too close to that edge. because we know where those screws are. We're right on the edge. I'm sure this is sucking it down nice and tight. Those hex drives are off. So I hope you guys understood, and I think you do. The only place that we're seeing this plywood is inside the cabinet. So whatever we do on the outside don't matter because it's all covered. Okay. Bow to it, so we're going to do what we did last time. We're going to clamp down the clamp on this side to push against. I need to push the top in, or the bottom in once I get the top in place. Can you see what I'm doing over here? Alright, I'll let you see. There, see, there's the top dado that doesn't have an edge, so it's basically a rabbit. Wascally wabbit. So, my virtual finger spread. Now what's nice about this is it's sitting right on the Formica, and it should be perfectly square this way. We're going to drill our pilot hole about 1.25 inches from the edge so we don't split that. And we want to stay out of the way of that pocket screw too. That's chipped away, that's tight, don't worry. Okay, actually that X is pretty good. I'll do the bottom one.
Hey Mo, give me them pliers!
Alright, just like the stooges, ain't we? I just want this joint to be tight in the top there. Let me put the bottom one in. Go. Now, one of the tricks, if you get glue on your surfaces that you're going to stain, one of the tricks I use is I don't wipe it while it's on there, unless you got a wet rag and you can wipe it good. If it's just beads, leave them. They'll harden and you'll chip them off and there'll be just a little edge that you need to clean up. You won't have to clean up a whole patch, you know what I'm saying? You're isolating it to one small area that way. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to pull that by far enough to get my glue in here. She's stiff, baby. I'm just using the tip to be my spreader. Push that over onto the Formica, because that's going to be by far the best way to keep that aligned. And we'll square this cabinet up. together tight while I'm screwing it and drilling it. You gotta hold it together at the same position. When you're screwing it, otherwise the screw will just force it back out into the position where it wanted to be, you know? So, I didn't know what to do for a government inspection tonight, but the boss is here, so I gotta straighten them out. These are for her, so she's gotta approve. Notice these screws don't skip and you don't have to push. All right. First 30-inch upper cabinet with adjustable shelf holes. I just put them in both of them. If you want one shelf, we'll just put one in there, but it's adjustability is available now. It makes construction easier. Drilling holes. All right, guys. There's one more carcass for an upper cabinet. That's pretty dead square, but I need to make sure. Yes, this one. Just a little bit. I don't have any help. Now what we do to get this tight is, I got that in there, there's a little gap, I'm going to push, tap my clamp up. Use your noggin for what it was made for, I guess. Put that in there close. Tap that again. She's tight. And that tightens straight this one out too. So, we really don't need to put another clamp on that because it's kind of redundant, but
You're a redundant kind of guy.
I'm a redundant kind of guy. I don't know where my fourth clamp went to. Oh, it's laying over there on the floor. Thanks, boss. Ugh. That won't fit under there. So I need to trade clamps. I'm going to trade clamps for this one. That one will fit under. That's it, guys, for tonight. 30-inch carcass. All set. All right, guys. Take care.